It's a beautiful day in my neighborhood, a beautiful day to be a neighbor. Would you be mine? Yeah, could you be mine? Please won't you be my neighbor? Hi, neighbor. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. This is the Tom Hanks Mr. Rogers movie. It's an hour and 48 minutes. PG, of course, PG, directed by Marielle Heller. Wonderfully directed. This is a great, great film. Great direction. Great script, screenplay. Loved it. Loved it more than I thought I would. This is a very charming movie, a funny movie at times. We're going to get into why I think it's so well directed and constructed in just a bit. But it's Tom Hanks as Fred Rogers. And very good job, very good job. I will say what I was going to say later. When he first came on the screen, we're brought into the studio and he's singing the song. Part of my brain was thinking, it's Tom Hanks, who's a master of comedy as well. And I'm thinking, is this a Saturday Night Live sort of spoof? You're waiting for him to break the character. But then once you dive into the movie, particularly with the family involved, because it's not so much a Mr. Rogers movie, it's not a biopic. It's more about a family, and Mr. Rogers, his teachings can help this family. And, once you settle into his performance, I mean, you're all in. I mean, he is Fred Rogers, so very well done, Tom Hanks. So let's talk about this movie. So again, it's not a biopic. It's about a family. It's about a journalist. Lloyd Vogel, played by Matthew Rhys. He's a journalist, but not only that, he's a new father. So he's got a little baby. And he's been estranged from his father for many years. And his father is older now and wants to try to come back. I think he's ill and is trying to come back. And this journalist wants nothing to do with his dad. And is, in fact, getting angry about it, getting a lot of anger, pent-up anger. He gets this assignment. He works for Esquire magazine. They're doing a piece on heroes. And he's assigned to go to Pittsburgh and talk to Fred Rogers. And he's very skeptical about Fred Rogers, and when he finally meets him and sees what's going on, he's even a little bit more skeptical. And Mr. Rogers has a way of caring about people, and this is true. So I know many people that have met Fred Rogers and have worked with Fred Rogers. So I thought this movie did a lot of justice to Mr. Rogers. And one thing is, when Mr. Rogers meets you, Fred Rogers meets you, you're just not another face to him. He does want to know your name. He wants to know about you. And if there's something there, something he can help, he prays every night and prays with folks' names. He's very directed at people as each being unique and special. So Fred Rogers sort of applies that his ways upon this journalist. At first, the journalist is reluctant and gets even angry at Fred Rogers, but Fred has a way of being persistent, and we'll see how this story goes, and that's this story. So it was great. It was great. Great performances. The dad is played by Chris Cooper. We've seen him in everything, and he's very, very good. And Susan Kalichi Watson plays the journalist's wife, and she was wonderful in this movie. Very, very good. So awesome stuff here. And again, Tom Hanks, at first I thought it was going to go a little comedy. Is he going to wink at you like he's doing a Saturday Night Live skit? But no, it was really, really good. And the movie has a Wes Anderson feel to it at times because they used the little set, the little miniatures that Fred Rogers had in the show. But I think they expanded upon that. So when they showed Pittsburgh, the city of Pittsburgh, they used like a miniature cute city. And then when they go to New York, where the journalist lives, they'd have a miniature New York. They just use miniatures in very, very cute ways, throughout the picture. And there's a scene of like a dream that was very surreal. Our journalist character has this dream, and it's like kind of psychologically scary, at the same time funny. And I just loved this little dream sequence. It's definitely sticking with me. So the director, Miss Heller, was very, very playful, and I thought it all worked. Good job. And great performances, great screenplay. So I just wanted to share this movie. This was something I didn't rush out to see. I don't know why, but I'm super glad I did, and I saw it. And Yeah, a very, very charming story. I want to go now online and like see how accurate this story. It's based on a true story, but I want to go and maybe read the Esquire article if it's there, and because they show Mr. Rogers on various talk shows, Arsenio Hall, but I think it was the real show, and they would take out the real Fred Rogers and put Tom Hanks in it, but it was the real Arsenio Hall from back in the day. You know, kind of did what they did with oh, the movie. What's the movie? Life's a Box of Chocolates. Forrest Gump. Good grief. Kind of like, I think they like took him in and out of scenes, you know, historical scenes, and they did that here too. So that was really, really cool. I want to go and do my research and check out how accurate this thing actually was. So great movie. Go out and see it. All right. Everybody have a good night. And as always, I will see you on the new. I'm going to bed.